Hi, this is Tracey from EatSmartAgeSmart.com, and today I want to talk to you about The Biggest Loser, Season 8, Episode 5. So today I'm going to give you the 4 lessons that I've learned from this show, but I'm going to start by putting things into context very quickly. The beginning scenario was really a game, and the game was a very decisive one because this is the point where two teams are put sort of head to head. Up to now, people were paired in pairs, or were teamed up in pairs. But now, the person who was going to win this game that I'm going to explain in a few minutes basically decided how the rest of this season was going to take shape. Now, the game consisted at turning a very big roulette that had 36 sort of prizes. Some of them were fake prizes. And the person who lifted their silver dome and discovered a ticket, the golden ticket, well, that person basically was king or queen for the day, and that person was able to pick who was on their team, who was going to be on the opposite team, and also who would get to train each team. Now, you had people like Rudy, who went first, and he lifted a dome, and it was a fake prize. He unfortunately was one of the people who was stuck with dessert, but he was basically stuck with one of the highest calorie dessert, and that was a very large piece of vanilla cake with a lot of chocolate frosting, 1,000 calories. I'm not going to go into all of the people who went through after Rudy, but basically everybody it got a dessert, and it was extra calories that they didn't need, and I believe Alan was the one who ended up with the smallest little, cupcake at 100 calories. But Tracey went in, and everybody held their breath. I was like, what's going to happen? And what is it with the universe? That woman won again. She again won the most important role of that day, and so she got to split the two teams into the blue team and the black team. And that's really where the lessons start. The first lesson, and I'm going to shift just to make sure that I read this and I get all the facts here, is you must rely on yourself. And that was really important because when Tracey started to split the team, and we know how evil she is, she basically decided that she was going to get her partner on her team. Luckily, she put Shay and Danielle together because they needed that support, but everybody else was split. She split everybody, and that created so much trauma in everybody's head. And the message in this was, yes, they had been paired up for 4 weeks, but in this 5th week, they're no longer paired up, and they have to learn to rely on themselves to keep going in this competition. Lesson 2 was believe in yourself. Because one of the things that I heard when people were split into their from their original pair was that I don't know if I can do this. I mean, I remember Liz. Liz was crying. Liz was completely discomposed when she realized that she was no longer paired with Danny. And she was saying things like, I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if I can make it. I don't know if I... And again, it was sort of that, Liz, you've come this far. You've got to believe in yourself. And yes, this has to do with weight loss, but I can tell you that this week, the lessons, 3 out of 4 of those lessons for me hit home, and it had nothing to do necessarily with in my case, with weight loss, but I think in life in general, that we sell ourselves short. And I'm going to read again, you must rely on yourself. And you know what, I always say, you have to be your own damn cheerleader. And for these guys on The Biggest Loser, tonight was really an example of that. Believing in yourself in everything you do. If you don't believe in yourself, you just cannot make it. And of course, you're not going to lose the weight. Lesson number 3, which I found was very interesting, and that was through trainer Bob, was that grocery shopping does not have to be scary. And I really appreciated the fact that he took his entire team, and he was overseeing the blue team. Jillian is the one training the black team. He took everybody to the grocery store to shop for healthy lunch ideas. And interestingly enough, apparently in America, you can buy roasted turkey, skinless roasted turkey, which I thought was absolutely brilliant. I've not yet seen it here. The only thing we can buy here in Canada would be roasted chicken with the skin on, which obviously if you have to compare that with roasted chicken, skinless roasted turkey, the comparison, there is no comparison. Basically the skinless roasted turkey will win. And that's what he chose for his team, and with a bunch of vegetable and with some wraps, and they were going to make some wraps. Obviously, protein being the most important component of your diet if you're looking to lose weight or just sort of maintaining a healthy weight, you have to have protein, and he had protein. And of course, a bunch of vegetables. And I love what Trainer Bob said. He said, I don't know anybody who's ever OD'd on vegetables. Indeed, you're not going to get fat on vegetables unless you're dipping them with like really bad salad dressing. So, be very careful what you put on top of your salad. But for those wraps, they were really beautiful. They were really healthy. And I really liked what people were saying once they discovered, hey, you know what? Grocery shopping doesn't have to be that scary. And you can actually go to the grocery store and leave with really healthy choices. So that was really amazing. Lesson 4, and I'm going to read it again. We all have demons to fight. That one hit home. And again, as I say, this for me has nothing to do with weight loss. But, we all have our demons to fight. And this had to do with Dina. Dina spent the entire episode trying to jump on a bench. Jillian gave her the task of jumping on a bench. I think, that's very close to sort of plyometric training, where you're just basically using gravity or working against gravity to sort of get that lift on top of that bench. I sat back and I thought, well, that's really easy. She just has to bend her knees and jump on top of the bench. But she pretty much spent the whole episode trying to jump on top of the bench. At a certain point, she quit. She went out. She just couldn't handle it. She got some support from her former partner, I believe it's Danny, and do not quote me. There are so many names in my head. And she also had support from Coach Mo. So these two guys were supporting her and telling her, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. And she wasn't. She had one foot, she had the other foot, she missed. She had one foot, the other foot she missed, but she could never just get both of her feet up. And Jillian said, we all have our demons. All of us. In Dina's case, it was she had this blockage that prevented her from jumping, prevented her from successfully jumping on that bench. She was sort of, using negative self-talk to prevent her from achieving that goal. And we all have those demons. And I think the important thing is recognizing that you have these demons and dealing with these demons. And I think that if you are trying to lose weight, then you surely must have that negative talk, that negative voice in your head going blah blah blah. You've tried this before, you haven't lost a thing. You've tried this before, you gained all the weight back. And I think the idea is to just manage that voice in your head, get over those demons in order to successfully achieve either your weight loss goal or any other goal. Now, at the end of the episode, it was interesting because the blue team, which was Tracey's team, was the team that came behind, and I was 100% sure that that team was sending her back home packing. But no. The episode was quite interesting simply because Coach Mo decided that he could no longer stand the pressure of being on the competition, considering all the injuries that he had, and he's the one who went home. And I'm going to have much more information on the site and much more detailed information on the site. So I'm going to finish this video, but please do come to eatsmarthsmart.com to get more information on episode 5 of The Biggest Loser. And I also have the chronology of episodes 1 to 4. And definitely don't forget to check out the other videos that I have. And on the site Eat Smart, Age Smart, there's tons of information on healthy eating. I hope you'll be watching next week.